Hello and welcome to We Got a podcast about Dragon Ball from A to Z, from Earth to Namek to Sadala. We cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Doug.
I'm the perfect form, the Ken Zentai.
Oh, we're the world's strongest under the heavens. Trio to Dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goofs, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. Douglas, how you doing, my handsome friend?
I am fantastic. Thank you, my handsome co-host, along with Ken as well. You're there. I'm just kidding. As you can see on my right, I just acquired a bunch of new Ichiban Kujis that just released recently in America. They are from the 23rd Tenka'ichi Budokai. Mike, you might not know this, but this is the one with this is the third one that we see in the TV series, the Piccolo Jr. Just to make sure you understand that. All right, thank you. But screw all those figures, because I got one that is just the creme de la creme, if you will, if I can.
Ooh. I will.
And it's this SH Figure Arts Broccoli.
Wow.
The original one. The
original SH Figure Arts from like 2012 or 13 or whatever.
I wonder if I have that.
I know you do. I'm playing catch up. You got to buy these at retail. I'm doing my best to buy them at retail. I'm doing a pretty good job if I say so myself. So yeah, I'm very excited about this.
I love how bulbous that figure is.
It's humongous. God, just like it came in like a big shoebox, because I got this imported from Japan for a really good price. I'm not gonna say the price, because people that don't understand will be like, "That's crazy," but people who do understand will be like, "That's a good price, Doug." So
now,
yeah,
if you could imagine it, if you're not watching this podcast, his shoulders are basically the size of bowling balls,
right?
And
they're as big as like other SH Figure Arts' heads. Yeah,
he is
humongous.
He is so big and top heavy that he comes with a bespoke stand just to be able to wrap around his waist.
Whoa.
This is I'm bringing up a Toto figure just for reference and size.
My brother.
And how small these figures are.
Best friend.
It's so great. I got this because I saw someone head swap Roshi's head onto here to make him look like Buff Roshi. So that'll be great. And because I love Toto. Toto's great. So.
I wish you guys were reading the manga, dude.
Sorry, man.
We're talking for people who don't know and can't see this in the audio version. We're talking about Sorcery Fight.
For those that are sane, he means Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah, I have I got like 19 other SH Figure Arts. I'm not going to show right now, but just know that it was Christmas for me yesterday and today, and I'm very happy. If you want to see the pictures, they're all up on my Instagram, Jabaz Doug. So that's my little plug for that. But yeah, no, Ken, how you doing, man?
Dude, I've still been watching Frasier. You know, that's really been my jam. I'm in season 7,
crushing it.
Which infamously people know is the season when Daphne finds out that Niles likes her. This show's had some ups and downs.
Takes 7 seasons.
We're going to talk about real contemporary stuff here. So we're going to go back to 80s and 90s sitcoms, okay? I always used to say that Cheers was better than Frasier. I don't necessarily believe that anymore, because Frasier is such a different show. It's apples and oranges. So I think they're both 11 out of 10s. It's just that Cheers is like a joke. You're constantly laughing in Cheers. And Frasier has a lot of that, but it's much more thoughtful and allows for like emotional beats and moments.
I've never seen either of those shows. Is our demographic on this podcast? Do people? I want to know. Do you guys watch Frasier or Cheers as well, or has Ken got you interested? He does a good job of making things sound interesting.
What I've found is that generally people will watch Frasier, but like won't watch Cheers.
The one camp or the other.
Yeah,
that's Randy.
But I grew up on stuff like Kids. Back in the day, there's a channel called TV Land. And back on TV Land, they used to show stuff from the 80s. And so I grew up with like a lot of old shows like Taxi.
I guess I always skip that. And like I would watch like I Love Lucy and Cosby Show. Whoa. But I don't know how I missed Cheers and everything. Maybe it just seemed too adult for me because there was no kids in the show at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, until later. I mean, Freddie is born during Cheers.
Which is Frasier's son.
Frasier's son.
Doug.
Oh, spoiler.
Frasier and Lilith's son.
For a 30-year-old, 40-year-old show. 30.
He's basically the Gohan of Frasier.
True, actually, yeah. We're considering the new reboot show, yeah.
Interesting.
And then also, I'm almost done with Anima Book 2, Evangelion Anima.
Oh, yeah, you guys are still doing that.
I'm not at the point yet where Randy told me I wasn't ready for the end of it, so I guess it's coming. Let's just say that some characters have gotten heartbroken. and it's pretty rough. Randy knows what I'm talking about.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I started book 4. So.
Jeez, oh my gosh. Are you still loving it?
So here's the thing. I like it a lot, but they're always in robots. Nobody ever has conversations outside of robots, and we don't really talk about things other than what we're doing in the robots, which I like. But I wish there was some more downtime, and I guess sitting down and listening to our SDAT player while being on the train and sad for a while. But
that was your jam.
That's what I came to Evangelion for.
There's not really at least where I'm at, there's weird dark stuff that happens, but not really dark emotionally. It's very super robot. The whole thing.
It is, yeah. And that's okay, as long as you know what you're getting into. Like I said, I still like it.
Yeah,
but keep trucking, Ken.
Yeah,
oh, good.
I have to read this to find out.
And then I've got the urge. I'm in my non-gaming era, as I've said before, but I have the urge to play Metal Gear again. Whoa. So I bought the Master Collection.
Whoa!
It was $25 on Woot, dude, and I'm like, hell yeah! And luckily, I still got. They gave me the day one edition. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I used to order for them a lot way back in the day, and then I fell off, And then, so anyways,
got out of there.
So look forward to my upcoming re-reviews of the Metal Gear games because I haven't played these in over a decade. So.
What did anything spark it specifically, or just kind of the urge?
I was watching a streamer play MGS3, and then he kept sucking at it, and I'm like, no, that's not how you're supposed to play the game, and
makes you want to play the game.
I have to play it to do it right.
I was watching a streamer called Ray Narvaez Jr. I love that guy, but he streams. He was streaming Metal Gear Solid as well, but that's not the same guy you were watching, right?
No, I was watching a guy named I Ate Your Pie.
That's hot.
Randy, what you been up to?
Saucy. So unlike Ken, I am in my gaming era, but I am in my short gaming era. So play
only 50-hour games.
Yeah. Well, 15 is going to be my max for how long to beat.com will tell me. I already just played those last year, man. So sorry.
What are you playing then now?
Well, I finished a little game called Titanfall 2, which is really good.
There's just story mode for that game? I thought it was just a multiplayer kind of game.
So the first one was mostly multiplayer, and then had just just some missions or whatever. The second one actually had a campaign, which was really short. I think it was 6 hours, and real good. But otherwise, kind of, sort of, yeah. And then there's a multiplayer, which I probably won't jump into because I'm not a big multiplayer kind of guy. I just want.
You really aren't. You really aren't for whatever reason.
Doesn't really super appeal. There are a few things Mario Kart and stuff like that.
That's it.
But otherwise, then I've since started. It's so weird. Different characters pronounce her name differently in the game. Kina or Kana, Bridge of Spirits, which was it's the studio's first game. They made animated shorts before that, and they're like, oh, let's just make a game. And so far, it's good. It's fun adventure sort of thing.
Platformer.
There's platforming, there's some combat and things like that, and that's pretty good. Otherwise, I decided to start playing the PC port, quote unquote, of or I guess what I should have quoted unquoted is unofficial, I suppose, of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I've been playing that. I just turned into an adult. Spoilers. So that's good times.
When I was a kid, that was always where I would stop playing.
Really?
I thought the Forest Temple was out. I thought the Forest Temple was too scary.
It's spooky.
Yeah, and this.
That was me with level 1 of Mario. I would beat level 1 of Mario, and then it took you underground. Like, nope, that's it. I'm good. Let me just replay level 1.
Right.
It's just as a quick aside, it's crazy to think how I could play Super Mario 64 for 5 hours in a row, just running around the castle. And not actually playing the game. Yeah, because
for real.
Because my imagination would just be making up my own stories and stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah. I was just scared of cat with games, so yeah, I think I played the first bomb level in Mario 64, and that was it again.
It's bright and sunny. There's nothing to be scared of there. And then after that, it's I don't want to go to the Boo place.
Right? Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly just been stuff like that. Watching some TV shows. I'm moving soon, so actually.
Pack
1
up.
month to the day of us recording here. So been bringing stuff over to the new place. Last week, I spent an entire afternoon while I drove to IKEA, picked up some bookshelves, and then spent an afternoon putting together bookshelves.
Ooh,
so
that could be fun or hell.
Well, it was annoying because I was like, I put together the first one, and I'm like, okay, that one took an hour. Now I know what I'm doing.
Now I know what I'm doing.
All the rest should be much easier. And then I was like, all right, we're starting at 1:52 p.m. Finish. What time is it? 1:52 p.m. Damn it. Like, it's exactly an hour. Or 2:50, whatever. You know, I don't remember the number I said, but yeah, exactly an hour each time. But so that's coming up. I'm excited for that.
Do you have any more room for my figures if you need
for yours? I'm gonna have so much room. I'm gonna start getting crazy with figures.
Hey, you should, dude. I would help you. Like you should FaceTime me, and I'll help you decorate.
We'll see how it goes. I actually already got in touch with my sister to be like, would you be a interior designer consultant for me?
Yeah.
She said all I have to do is pay her in hugs and beer, so pretty sure I can handle that.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to my sister Katie. You're the best. No
you
other
just
sister
her.
is better. It's true.
But why are we here, Randy?
Oh, that's right. We're here to talk about Dragon Ball stuff, I guess. So, listen, we've done top 5 villains before. Way back on episode 4. Yeah, man. It's been a bit. But back then it was just you and me, Doug. But now we roped Ken into this. So
hell yeah.
We got to get
Golden Boy. The fan favorite.
His takes. Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Ooh. But we're not going to do top 5. We're going to do something a little bit more different. This time we're going to do a tier list, all of us together, and it'll go great. Maybe we'll start a fight. I don't know. I hope.
I can only hope.
Hands. That'll. So we're going to rank all the villains in the series. Okay, not all of them. Sorry, Hearts fans. You know, yeah, we're going to skip over that one. And we're going to come to a consensus on where all these villains rank. So, Ken, did you want to do a recap?
Yeah, so as a previous listener of the series, and I guess I still listen back now, but anyways, as you guys covered this in episode 4, I wanted to go back and listen to an episode which I wasn't on and see what the hell you guys were saying about these characters here, okay? So we're going to go through each of your top 5s real quick, just as a refresher, so that we can make sure that you stay consistent in our tier list.
I couldn't even guess. Okay? I couldn't even guess.
Okay, so Randy, your number 5 was Beerus. You liked him because he's a silly, strong cat man. Your number 4
checks out
was Saiyan Arc Vegeta. You liked Horikawa's delivery. He's an elite. He wipes everyone out, and it's brutal. Your number 3, was Future Android 17. He's cool and has a handkerchief. He killed a bunch of people, and you cosplayed as him once.
That's true.
My God.
Your number 2 was Goku Black. He ushered in new music, Nozawa being murderous, Evil Eyes, he's not Goten, and Rosé is incredible.
He ushered in new music.
And your number 1 was Frieza. Doug, I think you said he's the Joker to Goku's Batman. He's polite, total disregard for life, chill-inducing, Nakao's performance. Randy, you convert Doug into a Frieza fanatic because he started off not liking Frieza. And then you guys had praise for Little Karibo and Chris Ayres, and then Doug called Linda Young Linda Clark.
And I would again, so get at me.
You had honorable mentions, Randy, of Tullus and Super Broly, who you called a sweet himbo.
It's true. Again, I know. Yeah, I got it right.
Doug, your number 5 was Pilaf, who's a constant thorn in Goku's side.
Yeah.
Your number 4 was the Karatizer Rabbit, or Boss Rabbit. You called him the original OG and can turn people into carrots. Your number 3 was Tullus. You said it was like who Goku was supposed to be. You like Nozawa's performance. He has a cape.
Oh, yeah.
Something about hot and spicy and being a fruitivore. This was a conversation, so I don't know who said what exactly, but that's where you guys came out on those.
That's all me, of course.
Number 2 is Ninja Murasaki.
What?
You said DBZ doesn't stick out to me. So that's why you chose mostly early Dragon Ball characters.
What
Doug was a hipster back
the
then.
hell was I on? Yeah.
You called him a hilarious threat, and he can't outwit Goku no matter how much he tries. And then, Doug, do you have any idea what your number one was?
I'm gonna guess Raphael from Ninja Turtles.
Tenshinhan. You said
That's a good answer.
A villain for just the right amount of time. You learned his lesson. He breaks Yamcha's leg, and then something about insert song sluttery.
Oh yeah, there is a good insert song sluttery, but okay, yeah.
I believe Randy said I'm a slut for insert songs.
This checks out.
Still true.
That's totally on brand for Randy. So yeah, I stick by this list 100%.
All right.
Those are good. We had good taste.
Yeah, of course. Not that I forgot all this and just made them up on the spot.
It's true. All right, Ken, thank you so much for that recap so we can stay consistent, because otherwise, I don't know, I would have thrown out entirely different characters and looked like a gosh darn fool here on the internet. But we're going to bring up our tier list, and we're going to sort this out, see who really is S tier, and so on and so forth. All right, we got all
excited,
our baddies. Man. I know, we got them all down here. We've got
our baddies.
We've got our regular tiers of S, A, B, C, and D, in case you don't know how tiers work.
They know how this works.
They might be children.
No.
Don't.
Which is scary.
We don't need that. No, I mean, we need everyone to listen, but you're too young.
Preferably Spotify and YouTube, please.
Oh my gosh.
Tell your friends. All right. So here we go. We've got our baddies. Should we start at the origin, guys, with Pilaf? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Pilaf?
Yeah. S tier? I don't know.
You know me, number 5.
I think he's A. I think he's a great, he sticks around through the thick and thin. He's not even really a villain anymore. Although they kind of leave the window open that they could turn him at any point, but I don't think they will now.
Yeah, I do love how even though he's not a main villain the entire time, but he still is something that he brought King Piccolo out of retirement kind of thing, and he's still a menace in that aspect. So even though he's not a top dog player, he brings out other top dog players still. He's still fucking shit up secondarily.
But he's not really. Is he really that evil? Was he really that much of a menace?
He's on the baddie list. He's already evil. Yes, he's evil. He wants to rule everyone.
He is a gag villain, though. But I would say A. I would say A.
He's taken away Taco Tuesdays from everyone. That's evil. If that's not evil, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay,
that was his first decree.
All right, I'm gonna give it to you. I think that it's legendary. It's Pilaf. He goes an A without a doubt.
Hell yeah.
Let's just pick another random one. Let's go copy Vegeta from Dragon Ball Super.
Hot take. I like the copy Vegeta stuff. I think it's a fun little break. It's a nice little adventure they go on. It's not the best. I mean, it's certainly it's not.
I don't remember even seeing these episodes, but I do remember the buzz of and I appreciated how. Didn't they bring back one of the former voice actors for Vegeta to play this one? That alone makes it amazing.
Yeah, they brought back Brian Drummond from the Ocean cast to play copy Vegeta. And that's kind of why it sticks out to me. Not really anything about the character. I don't remember anything about the episodes. I don't know what his goals were, how he was defeated.
I remember regular Vegeta having to wear a baby pacifier for whatever reason. And for that, I think that's S tier quality. So I'll put that up on S tier.
Being realistic, I'm like C, probably D. I mean, thinking about everything else that we have to go through here.
D for doo-doo because he looks like doo-doo.
D, but I want to stress that I don't dislike that 3-episode arc.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just as a villain.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. I'm good with that. So let's just jump right into something else.
Let's just go down the line, right?
Down the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone, all the viewers can also keep up with us and decide what they're going to do too before we even get to it.
Okay. Well, the next up is Tenshinhan and Chaozu from the 22nd Budokai. I mean, they are assassins. They're here to mess some stuff up.
But because they turn good later on and great characters, I would put it at around an A.
A, yeah.
So they are an S to you, but because they become good, they're dropped to an A.
Oh,
and
yes.
I'm just trying to get...
As characters, S tier. But as villains, I'll give it an A. They could be a little more ruthless. They could have broke both of Yamcha's legs.
I don't know. I'm feeling like B now, I think.
Wow, B? Why?
It's such a short period of time where they're bad, and they're not ever... Like, Tenshinhan is just more of a jerk than he is a bad guy.
Mm.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's kind of like the antagonist of Karate Kid.
Yeah, and then like just later he becomes racist against Piccolo. So I guess that's gonna knock him down a point.
Still got some evil in him. You know what? I'm feeling kind of that B as well because, very much threatening when they're introduced and like, again, assassin. That's not a good guy.
Exactly. But I think in retrospect, we're thinking like he's like not a great villain, but watching from beginning of the episodes till when he turns good or whatever, he's a solid bad guy. But yeah, I'm fine with B.
B for bad guy.
We can maybe save this discussion for a Tenshinhan episode, but do you think he ever actually killed anyone as an assassin?
He has to, right? Like...
I'm not buying it.
I don't know, man. A lot of shit happens.
That'd be some fun story to explore if they ever want to go back to that.
I mean, he doesn't wear a shirt. He doesn't wear a shirt with something on the back that says "Don't kill you." So you never know.
True. He loves Tao Pai Pai, so what does that say?
He's not a hero to him. But yeah, okay. He's good.
All right. Next up, we got Piccolo Jr., Ma Jr. S.
Easy S, baby.
He's a bad guy for as long as Tenshinhan is, though.
Well, actually, now thinking about it, he's longer.
Yeah.
Actually, physically and...
One Budokai.
No, he's bad.
No, and early Z and everything, too.
Yeah, and then it's like his transition... He has like this crazy long transition into being a good guy shaped by Gohan.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then
it takes a little more convincing than it does for Tenshinhan.
Yeah, he stays a bad guy all up until he sacrifices himself for Gohan.
I would argue. A good take.
Maybe even a little like it's unclear even after that too.
I think once he's on Namek or not on Namek on Kaio's planet, they're if he was evil, he wouldn't have his body. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Getting lore accurate here.
That's true.
And it's Piccolo who tells Vegeta that, so...
Oh,
you have to believe him.
Intimately aware.
Yeah.
You know what? I just wanted to stir up debate. Obviously, he's S tier. Like, for all the reasons Ken put, and
he's a child kidnapper, so how much more bad can you get than that?
That's true.
Well, let's find out with our next character.
Yeah. Next up, we got Nappa. So he's big. He's bald. He attacks children. He
oh my god! Can we please make the B category a bald category for all the bald villains?
B's for all the baldies.
That's where I'd put him.
I'd say C. I don't think Nappa's anything special. I don't dislike Nappa, and he serves his purpose, but he's not anything special.
I mean, he destroyed buildings on a Sunday when he knew no one would be at work, so that's not as bad as you can get.
And cargo robots, of course.
Yeah, he's actually a softie at heart. So he starts smashing Chaozu up against mountains and stuff. But
I think he has more of a presence in my brain, just because I was watching Toonami when they were first airing these, and like, I don't know, as a kid, I don't think you understand how time feels. Like, it's only around a couple of weeks, really, but in my brain, like, he was an ever-present threat. This guy,
and that's the feeling he gave off in the series. Like no matter how hard Piccolo, Krillin, and Gohan kept going at him and giving their all, this guy would just keep walking, and like to the point where like his clothes were weaker than him. Like that sounds weird to say, but like,
no, I get it.
He gets attacked so hard that his clothes can't withstand it, but he is still just like pristine, kinda, So
yeah,
it's a fearsome foe that only elevates Vegeta, because it's like, oh, and this guy is scared of this guy. Like that's awesome.
See, my heart says B, but I'm also okay putting him at C. So, Ken, I know that you're in C territory. Doug, where are you at?
I'm B for bald. You know me.
So, Randy, you're the tiebreaker.
All right. I'm sorry. I got to keep up the meme.
Yeah. Fellow bald man.
I was ready to die on this Napa Hill.
That's okay. We've got plenty more hills that you can die on, Ken, so be prepared. Okay. Next up, we've got a trio of characters. We're going to do 17, 18, and 16 together.
All three of them?
S. Now, they're not very villainous, though, Ken. They don't really do anything bad.
That's what's great about them. They're bad guys, but they don't give a shit.
They're as much of a jerk as Ten Shinhan was.
Yeah.
So then do they go in the B category? 16 is mostly bald.
mostly that's a hair choice, not bald. Right.
So A, because there's only one mostly bald character, so
right. Can't put them down in B. I would say A because they got good vibes. And
they're cool. They're fun villains. Yeah, they're cool, fun villains.
All right, I'll
aloof,
take A.
like Ken said.
I'll take A.
All right, cool. We're going to go for that, and that'll be fun. Aloof. A for aloof. Okay. Some more robots. We've got 19 and 20.
Okay. S. S, and I'm dying on this hill.
Whoa.
S. Yeah.
I want to go C.
No.
I'm hovering over C. You got to tell me why S.
Dr. Gero is this dude who hates Goku so much that he turns himself into a robot man. Creates more robot men, specifically one whose only goal is to kill Goku. And then he makes this little like weird bio character who has to come back from the future. He sets off this whole thing. He creates characters stronger than Frieza.
He also creates the lab to take care of the cell.
This guy solved perpetual energy.
He won't let death stand in his way of killing Goku.
The smartest character in Dragon Ball. No, yeah, he's smartest and the angriest character.
Smartest, but his clothing.
S plus.
Plus, I can't even pronounce his name half the time, so I'm saying D.
He is the genesis for multiple villains through this series, because, I mean, there's them, Cell, we got, Cell Max.
I just wish this was like a big game plan where Toriyama put him in like early Dragon Ball and then put him like later on in like later arcs, Android arc. But
dude, this guy smoking hot wife. Okay.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right. No, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Game respect game.
Had 2 kids. All right. Successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
All right. S.
I put him there.
All right.
I'm okay with this. Ken, you make a great case for putting them there. So
yeah. Wait till we get to movie 6.
Oh, no. Joke's on you. No movie characters. I say that, and then I bring up Beerus, who's next. I mean, started as a movie. Now he does
fall, Randy.
He does break dance. I do want to make sure that that's on the table.
Yeah. He's an entertainer at heart.
Although I've brought it up before and harped on it, not really a villain. Not really like evil. Not malicious.
Not even a great villain. He seems just like a child that just wants to destroy for destroying his purposes. I mean, that is his job. That's literally what he's the god of. But
it's just his job.
I gotta go.
But he is fun. What are you gonna say?
I gotta go S. All right.
S.
Yeah, this guy. All right.
Ken, you were making enemies tonight.
Doug, you're not reading the manga, but Beerus goes through this whole thing where he starts training Vegeta. And to me, in that arc, it still feels like Beerus could break bad again at any point. And just there seems like there's very little. It is successfully keeping him from killing everyone, but it seems like there's very little that is keeping
just
him
walking
from
on
doing
eggshells.
That. Yeah, so I think he is no longer a quote bad guy just because he's being placated. So I think he's still a threat. Right? There's no one who can beat him yet. And so I think I gotta say S. Plus he's just great. He's got 2 great voice actors. Incredible, man. I'm just gonna say Akiyama because I can't think of the Japanese voice actor's name. And then he's got Jason Douglas in the dub. So can't go wrong with this.
Here's the thing. Why I wouldn't say S is that part of your argument is because he could break bad at any moment. I don't want to be judging a character based on their potential or what I've invented in my brain of what they can be. So I would say A, just because to me, he's still he's got a baseline and he's not really moving from there. Although I do know what you mean in the super manga that it's like, oh, maybe it's a little, but I don't know. He watches bra, for an entire episode.
That's scary, yeah. I'm fine with A because I was going to put him at B because, say with me, he's no
bald.
hair.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, A is good.
All right. I'll take A.
All right, great. We got Cell Max.
D.
And
D.
Straight to D.
Damn, DD?
Yeah. Del Max.
He's got no personality, you're right. Does he have any personality?
Right.
Is he back in the super manga?
They're past that. Oh, you mean does he have anything? No.
Well, they do have a chess battle with Cell Max.
Oh, I love chess battles.
The coolest thing about Cell Max is there's that one fan artist who drew like perfect Cell Max.
Perfect Cell, yeah.
And
that's what I'm thinking.
That piece
is that real or is that just fan art?
That piece of fan art is the coolest thing about Cell Max.
Yeah. So yeah, D.
Okay. Kakemaru.
He looks cool. I love that they chose the imperfect Cell version of him because he is in a really complete form. Anyway, so yeah, it's great.
I believe it's Kakeru is the fan artist. Is that
what did I say? Kakemaru?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also going to say D, but I'm really upset that we have not gotten a C yet so far. But we're going to go regular
C's reserved
Cell.
For a special place.
C's reserved for a special place. You're not good, but you're not the worst.
Yeah.
But we got regular Cell right after Cell Max.
I think S for me.
Absolutely not D because he's got so much personality.
The way he's introduced, just like what is this creature that has all these like recognizable cells in him or whatever.
Oh, I'm torn between S and A.
He really brings that horror aspect into the series, like that hasn't been around in a while or ever, I would say.
Yeah, it's very brief.
He's conniving.
The clunky, like ching 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 sound that he makes as he walks. Oh man,
Frieza's footsteps.
Yeah,
no,
they're
Cell
different.
They're different.
Cell's kind of a moron, though.
Would you say that?
Yeah, like he doesn't
to his
know.
face?
What'd you say?
Not
that?
To his face. Yeah. He doesn't.
You're a moron.
Like he has no idea about his own biology. He gets a lot of stuff wrong about himself and like facts of the universe. Like the whole thing about like, I can't be destroyed because of the cell in my head when Vegeta blew up his entire top half of his body.
Hey.
Goku blew up the top half. Vegeta blew up
he
the
blew
side.
up. Yeah, so Goku did it. So yeah, literally within like chapters that happened.
Oh wait, is this just imperfect Cell? This is just Cell.
No,
not
this
even,
is just Cell, and I chose imperfect Cell because I think that looks cool.
I was talking about just imperfect Cell alone would be S for me.
All just regular Cell.
All Cell.
All Cell.
Okay.
I say A.
I'm gonna say A as well, just because he's cool, he's conniving, he's got a really good introduction.
Actors,
he's no Dr.
Voice job with him.
Yeah, the voice actor is super good. But
how is Cell not a Dr. Garo?
So listen, he doesn't really have his motivation is just, I just want to be the best. Like, and I know that's kind of like Goku's thing.
Yeah, but the simplest ideas executed well can still be amazing. And Cell amplifies that.
Cell's whole driving force is a computer told me.
Well, how is that any different than what Goku wants? Goku wants to be the strongest and always encounter new, stronger opponents. Cell is that, just with a different I guess taking off point.
I really do think Goku is more nuanced than that, but
it's true.
I'm still saying A, right? I'm not saying D
still
for
great
Cell.
Character.
Now, what if I remind you, fellas, Cell is a father to 7 beautiful children. Does that change?
In the anime.
8 in the anime for just a little bit. There's a secret 8th love child that nobody knew about. But Gohan knew, and he executed. So A, kind of where we're going to land with Cell. I mean, he is bald.
No hairs. Yeah, I guess we'll break even and go A.
Ken, are you okay with
Yeah,
A?
I'm fine
feeling
with
A.
that, yeah.
All right, great.
Also, because his SH figure arts is too short compared to other ones, so they needed to fix that. So,
come on, Bandai. All right, Murasaki, the one, the only. Just kidding. There's a bunch of them.
The 5 of them.
The 5 of them. He's goofy. He's got some brothers. One of them's got a gun.
Yeah, just a straight up gun.
He loves America. He's got a
He
towel.
proves that America exists. Yeah. Or they could just be abstract art. You know, that towel he's holding is abstract art.
That's true.
Just kind of looks like our America.
There are not 50 stars on that flag, I'll tell you
Exactly. Yeah.
that. I gotta say C.
Whoa.
Damn.
What Noibo got stuck up your ass, Ken?
Nice. He's just not anything special. He's part of my least favorite part of the series.
What?
Yeah.
He's got all those tatami mats, man.
Yeah.
Or no,
Yeah,
Goku's got them all. What
with
was it?
porn under them.
That's true.
I just am.
The poor guy gets hot water poured in straight into his mouth,
Yeah.
man.
I'm not a ninja fan, guys.
Dang.
So,
he didn't watch Naruto. He went straight to Boruto instead.
Yeah, Naruto didn't need brothers. He could do real Kagebunshin, okay?
The second-rate ninja. I want to put him. I would put him at B, but he's got hair, so I would settle for A.
I would settle for A. Ken, how would you feel about B? And we break up the bald.
I'll take B.
Okay.
Because I'm not
you okay with this.
I wouldn't put him with Cell.
No.
Different
I
kind
don't
of
think I
villain, you
could
know,
do
the
Right.
comedy gag villain.
But look at how iconic everyone in A is.
You got a point. Yeah, after looking through that, peel off. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Chaozu.
So,
There's got to be a sixth secret brother out there that doesn't have any hair. So yeah, B's fine.
okay. He loses it eventually, as we all might. Next up, Demon King himself, of the Demon Realm King, man. Dabra from the Boo arc.
That deserves a C if I've ever seen it.
I'm having a hard time.
No one screams like "I'm from the demon realm, please believe me" more than Dabra.
Well,
We don't get any like demon realm stuff. It just like we're just told he is, and that's all she wrote.
Kibito says it. Dabra doesn't brag on himself.
Oh, sorry, he's humble.
Yeah, if I were to like consider the anime filler, I would probably push him up to B, but yeah, I guess we'll take C.
What part of him is filler in the series?
Oh, all the stuff in heaven,
Where he's super nice.
Oh, the good stuff.
and he's hanging out with the ladies
Yeah.
in heaven. It's so good.
It was
He
the
does
teddy
spit
bear
on people.
underwear.
I'm good with C. I'm happy to break in our C tier once.
Yeah. He has a good fight with Gohan, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, let's go for it. We're putting him there. Another henchman, a duo.
Ooh,
Dodoria and Zarbon.
these guys. Oh, amazing SH figure arts.
That's true. That is true. These guys.
I don't think this should be part of the debate. It's how good their figures
You can't tell me how to debate, Randy.
All right, that's fair.
You're not my mom.
These guys, I would say B, but I think there's a case to be made for A.
Oh, interesting.
There's so many henchmen out in the world, but these are the henchmen. You know, like
That's true,
they stick around. Not stick around, sorry, but they're just so iconic. You know, they introduce transformation. They both serve a purpose. It's so good. They're so good.
It's true. We do get to learn that Vegeta doesn't really care about what happened to Planet Vegeta, thanks to Dodoria being like, well, actually, Frieza did. Aren't you mad? And he's like,
Yeah,
no, I don't care about them.
yeah. The fact that you're hovering around B makes me nervous. Can you hover around A while we make the decision, please?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Randy, what do you
I
think?
think A.
I'm okay with A.
Okay. I mean, all right. I actually don't have
There
anything
it
bad to
is.
say about them.
You have a horse on this race.
Now, speaking
So-
of something bad to say,
What is this?
D, don't worry about it, Doug.
Yeah. Elec, nothing. No.
Yeah, so we're talking for audio listeners, we're talking about the heaters. The Hitas, specifically from the Super manga.
Yeah.
What is that?
You'll have to read the manga, Doug, which we will get to soon. We promise.
Looks like Dabra's love child.
Maybe. Could
Doug,
be.
I think you got too close to your camera. You're frozen, and you look delighted.
no.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
There you go. He fixed it.
Just whenever I see that character, I just like light up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So next we've got S tier, and we'll just move on.
We
we got Frieza.
I don't-
just so everybody knows.
I don't think he's S tier, Randy. I think you need to add a new tier for SS tier.
SS.
Oh, I don't like SS. I don't like that.
Okay, triple
I
smoking
love
stylish.
smoking hot.
Yeah.
Wait,
Now,
is this freeze the
Z
spell with an
tier.
IE? In that case, put it down to C because I don't fuck.
I don't
with
think I
that.
can make another tier. In
You
the middle
can,
of doing
yeah.
this.
But
Yeah,
don't worry
somehow.
about it. We'll just put him in S tier, but in our hearts,
We'll
he's
know
S
in our
plus.
hearts.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
S plus Z, so on
Tentative because it could be we
Yeah,
can add extra S's to him.
Can you move him in front of Piccolo on our tier list so that we
Just so there's a pecking order.
just drag him across over Piccolo? Yeah,
I don't think
there
you
go.
can do that.
There we
You
go.
can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, but
Well,
not in
now-
front of Jiro.
well, no, it's because
Oh, there we go.
he's
There
too
we go.
S tier, Doug. Don't worry about it.
Right. Okay.
All right.
all right. Next up, future 17 and 18.
Yes.
So these guys are bad.
They're bad to the bone.
Yeah.
They are, having fun at an amusement park, killing people, kill Gohan, beat the snot out of Trunks without a care.
I would
And,
say A because they are just like roamless children that are destroying for destroying sakes.
Yeah, but isn't that scary? They don't got any real motivation. They're just like, I just love killing. Isn't that fun?
That is kind of scary to think of our future like that, but
C for me.
C, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not particularly a fan of the Trunks special. And I don't.
Who are you?
I don't like the tone of it, and I don't particularly care for this version of these characters.
What?
And I just vastly prefer the main timeline.
But there's some
versions.
like in the English dub, there's like an undertone of incest. You're not all about that.
Excuse me.
We're not rating on that.
No, that's not playing a part in this at all.
Now
Ken
Is
says-
incest? No.
Just, put him wherever you want. And let's move on.
So Ken says C. Doug and I say A. We could meet in the middle, or majority rules and just put him in A.
Those foreheads are pretty high. They could be bald.
That image is pretty, yeah. Trunks does manage to slice off some of her hair with his sword, and she's like, that doesn't grow back. And so
One step closer to bald.
one step closer to baldness.
Put him in A.
It's
if
confirmed.
You guys want.
No, B's fine. B's fine.
All right, cool. I'm going with B. Going with my baguette.
It's a good compromise.
All right. Speaking of bees, Blue
What a baddie.
starts with a B. General
It's
Blue.
One of the few baddies we see with a shirt off, so that's S tier for me.
Is he the most problematic villain on this list? If we consider the anime,
yes.
Yeah.
But if we're just going off of manga, he's so goddamn persistent. Every
Yeah.
time you're like, all right,
Yeah.
he's out. Like, I'm back. Like, stop it. Go away. Granted, it drags that arc on, and I do not really like the Red Ribbon Army arc, but Blue is funny because he's
I think
so
Blue is
persistent.
great. Blue is like when I think of Red Ribbon Army, of all the bad guys in Red Ribbon Army, I think of Blue
Yeah.
as the guy.
I think with that hairline, I think you should go in B.
I think so too. I think there are better ones, and B.
I was going to put him in A, but
You really want to put him side by side with Cell and Beerus and Pilaf?
yeah, yes. Blue, he gets killed by Tao Pai Pai with like tongue to death.
He does have a sick death.
Yeah,
He does have a sick death. But I don't think that's enough. I'm going to side with Ken and say B.
all right. B for Blue.
There we
My
go.
boy Blue.
Next up, we got a duo of Red and Black from the Red Ribbon Army arc.
I think C.
Yep, C
Yeah.
is what I was thinking. Yeah,
All right. I have nothing there. They're around for so short of a time.
so short of time. They're not anything special. They are there to for plot purposes, but that's about it.
And speaking of short, Red's short, and he's upset about that.
Yeah.
And that's basically his defining characteristic.
Frieza did it better with the in the Broly movie with the whole wanting Dragon Balls for height purposes.
All right, Ken, we got gas. Specifically, you got gas.
Yes. I think you're in the right spot. I think C. I think he's better than whatever the
Definitely
other
better
guy's
than
name
Elec.
was. Elec. Yeah.
Elec.
I think he's better than him. He's a villain that really, it's a gnarly fight. But yeah, he's just nothing. Put him in C.
Man,
All right.
making a strong case for me to read Super again. I mean, for the first time.
There are things besides just a villain that make super manga enjoyable, Doug. Kid Buu.
Ooh, kid, chibi, young,
Pure evil, or whatever you want.
I mean, he is the pure evil incarnate. How can you not put him at S?
Well, I do have a picture of him here, and he is sleeping like a baby.
It's
so.
adorable.
I think B is a good place for him, to me.
Yeah, I think I would rank like Super Buu up higher, but yeah, Kid Buu. He serves a great purpose though. Like he is just like a creature that Goku and Vegeta can just unleash everything they had for the entire series. Everything's been building up to this moment, and he's just the creature to do it on. Not more, not less.
I think C. I just don't think there's enough to him.
No, there's enough. He's not a Dabra. Dabra is like a 1-2 episode thing. Yes. The way he's killed, the way everyone comes together with the gang. Yeah, no, he's at least give my boy a B.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
All right, I'll concede this one.
All right,
because majority rules.
Can you concede and install ad blocker, please?
I cannot. No. That will not happen.
Before we move on, let's recap for our audio listeners where we're at so far. Okay, so S, Frieza, Piccolo, Junior, and Dr. Gero, and 19. 19 is an accessory piece. A, Pilaf, the android trio, Beerus, Cell, Zarbon, and Dodoria. B is Tenshinhan and Chiaotzu, Nappa, Murasaki, Future 17 and 18, Blue, and Chibibu. C is Dabra, Red and Black, Gas, and D is Copy Vegeta, Cell Max, and Elec.
All right. Let's get into some more guys. Now that we're
about halfway there, right?
Yeah, we're about halfway there.
Let's do it.
Next up, Saiyan Arc Vegeta.
S.
Or we're going to say
Absolutely.
Vegeta as...
You didn't even finish talking. He's S tier.
Double S.
Double S. Right up there with Frieza. I would agree. I mean, what's bad about him? Nothing. He's too good.
He's such a bad guy, he hates being good.
Yes. That's such a good way to put it. I mean, we listened to episode 4. I'm pretty sure we also talked about how great Vegeta is that whole time. I did. Definitely.
We always talk about how great Vegeta is.
We had a whole episode about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, refer back to that episode if needed.
He does become a good guy, though.
Or refer to the whole population if needed. Everyone agrees.
But he hates it so much, he lets a guy take over his body.
That's true. Okay, I'll put him back in S. Yeah. Sorry to alert anybody there. I moved him. Take your blood pressure medication. We're all old. And we'll get through this. King Cold.
Oh, S tier, baby. This guy got his great lines as like, what's a Goku? And
yeah, I remember when Daisuke Gori said that very famous line.
He took reference. He listened to whoever voiced in English. And
Jason
was like,
Douglas.
Try that. Yeah, Jason Douglas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Went back in time and did that.
He does
go ahead.
Take Trunks' sword and it gets bigger. So
it's true. Right. And we're about to get that. The sword
fits the man. It's like a King Arthur.
We're about to get that in figure arts.
He gets his throne and everything.
I'd say I gotta dock him down to B because I'm so mad at how much that figure cost. I can't justify putting him
I need to put him at S so that it justifies the cost that I spent because he's the best character ever, and so spending that much money on SH figure arts of him.
I want to say
Randy's moving him down lower.
Like does he really accomplish as much or more than Dabra? Really?
He really doesn't. But he's Frieza's dad. Why? Doesn't matter.
Think of the gravitas of when you saw King Cold versus when you saw Dabra, right?
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
And I'm not arguing for A, but I think he's above C.
Really? Yeah, this second form Frieza looking guy coming up with Frieza. Yeah, I'm fine with B.
All right, I'll give in, and I'll give you a B for him. Next up, King Piccolo.
I want to say A tier. Just as a gut feeling. I don't know if I want to give him an S. Unless I don't think I'd put him an
S either.
Mm.
Ken, what are your thoughts?
I would say S. Just regular S. I mean, he's the original, like, real evil.
Shit's popping off.
Right. Like Tao Pai Pai. Cowpie Pie is a bad guy.
He was a good stepping stool for them to get to Piccolo.
Right. The Red Ribbon Army are bad guys, but Piccolo is evil.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Right. And
He's
as
also a dad.
It's true. And as a
The
timeline
best bad
nerd,
guys are dads.
as a timeline nerd, he establishes quite a lot of the Dragon Ball timeline by announcing May 9th as Piccolo Day.
Oh wow, yeah, he gave us a lot.
But
True.
if you guys, as long as we have a Piccolo in S tier, I will be fine with him in A.
What do you think, Randy? Oh, you're moving it even in front of Jiro.
I just wanted him to be next to his son.
This is
all.
a direct attack to Ken over here.
This was not in any order other than for Frieza
Randy
and Vegeta.
just slid Jiro more to the side for King Piccolo to take a front.
I love how
Yes, I see.
scientific we are, guys, with this.
All right. I'm going to drop him here in S next to son. No other reason. Just want them
Just for
to
your
be
OCD
together.
purposes.
Yes. Next one, I don't really think he should be in here.
I thought
really,
you took
but
this guy out.
We got Reddict. I didn't take nobody out after I put him in. We got Reddict from GT. I don't think he's bad. He just got hired to do a job. He's not evil.
Oh man,
I'd say D.
But
Triple X himself.
Triple X.
There's nothing
Riddick.
special about him. Why does he have a tail? How did he know that Goku was a Saiyan just by looking at him?
Yes.
I'd
my
say D.
God.
He's not. I honestly hate his design. I
For
feel
the audio
like I need
listeners
to.
who don't remember, he is that
very
blue GT guy that Goku fights in
Yeah,
space.
He's very Ferengi looking, and I don't like that.
yeah. Well, I mean, Quark is cool at least, but I don't like this
Okay.
guy.
Wherever we would put Hit is where we would put Riddick.
No.
I feel like.
No,
Really?
I'll fight you on that hill, dude.
Oh. Okay, well then I'm gonna put him here in D because I'm kind of feeling the same as Doug, and I think then we'll at least that'll color things for later.
Yeah.
We got Rildo the dildo.
Well, you know. Okay. Yep.
He's
I
got multiple transformations. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but they're
He's
still
got an
doesn't save him.
ass.
Still doesn't save him as a character. He does have an ass.
want to make a case for B,
Whoa.
but I can't.
So put him down
So
to D, baby. Bring him down.
I think he belongs in C. I think he's an iconic villain. I think he has a presence to him. Yeah,
He's not iconic. He just sticks around longer than any other villain
You know-
besides the main villains. That is just like, oh yeah, that's a guy in GT.
having just watched GT, I loved the stuff like with him and Giru, where he like was holding Giru in high regard because he brought
was
them in. It was silly and
Pretty cool.
he is a character who, when I think of GT, for better or worse, he's one of those like characters that will pop into my mind.
Because he's just there. He's just there longer.
Yeah, I don't think he can go lower than Gas. If we have Gas here in C, I don't think Rild should be anywhere lower.
I don't know what that
than he is.
means. So yeah, put him at C.
Let's compare him to Red and Black. I think probably on par in terms of presence and evilness. Maybe, I don't know. I'll be
I'd put
fine
him
with C.
higher than Red and Black though. But yeah, okay, C.
I think there's a Rild nut out there who could probably make a compelling case for B. I think it can be done,
Because he's
Okay.
nuts and bolts.
but he is bald though.
It's true.
Oh,
He does
snap.
belong.
There it is. Lock it in.
put it
No, no, no,
Lock
no.
it in.
B
Lock
for
it
bald.
in. B, Randy. You can't help it.
Damn it.
On
Damn
both
it.
transformations, he's bald. All three
right.
transformations or whatever. Or two transformations, I guess.
That's true.
All right. For the opposite, this guy has a lot of hair.
Yeah, that's very true. We got Super 17. We did
That's
just come off of GT, and I don't
very
think
much-
we felt really good about this.
A C character. for
Yeah, I think you've got it locked in. C for Cyborg.
me. Yeah.
C for Cyborg. I would not put him equivalent to regular 17 and 18 or future 17 and 18.
No.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
See,
C
so, yeah.
for crazy he was even introduced.
in the C tier, right now we've got Dabra, Red and Black, Gas, and now Super 17.
Super 17.
All
Makes
characters,
sense, right?
all characters I like figures of. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
D tier
Can't
right
wait.
now, we've got Copy Vegeta, Cell Max, Elec, and Reddick. I don't need figures of these guys.
Danny Toretto.
Cell Max, I don't have room for. So, but
Somax would
true.
be great.
So to
I knew
me-
an Ichiban Kuji of Somax over here somewhere.
to me, D tier is like Premium Bandai. I'll skip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right. Next up, we got Supaboo.
So, are we
Ooh.
taking into consideration all of his absorptions?
Right, his fusions. Yep,
Yes.
same guy.
S.
S, yes.
What?
Yeah. He's
You're
Randy,
putting him up
rebuttal?
with Garo?
yeah. I will. And it's because I always forget about the moment when he's fighting Gotenks and then he starts putting his plan together.
Yes, he's
And
a man of strategy.
Yeah, this whole time you thought he's a moron,
Yeah.
right? They play him for a joke. He's like, produce! Kyle Bear screaming for his life. Produce,
Yeah.
okay? But he's a thinker, right? And then he starts absorbing Piccolo and Gotenks and
Yup,
Gohan.
and gets even more and more
right?
intelligent.
Yeah, and it's just he becomes like one of the most powerful characters, and he's one of the smartest characters.
Yeah,
He just keeps getting smarter because of the people he's absorbing. He's a compelling
crazy
villain to
than
me,
that?
as he
Yeah.
just gets better.
Especially with the long antenna, and then when he takes off the Gohan shirt, and he still has the long antenna.
Oh, and the
for
nose.
like that
Yeah.
one panel. Yeah. It's great.
I refuse to put him higher than Cell. Are you kidding? No. We're not putting him S tier. No.
All right, then bump up Cell to S as well.
Oh, we can't do that. We've already locked him in.
There's no lock in. Let's go.
You sure you wouldn't settle for A for this guy? S? Really?
S.
If you both feel super strong about it, fine. But
So why? So what's your counter argument for what we're saying?
It's just a vibe, Randy.
it's a vibe. Look, he doesn't have the same style as 17 and 18. He doesn't have the same level of cunning and like horror elements that Cell has.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as entertaining as Beerus. He's
He's got a
It's-
very imposing threat about him, though. Just like, I don't know.
He is tall. I will give you that. He is very tall. But he is bald.
He is
Whoa.
figure art scale. He's significantly taller than Cell.
He is, yeah.
Like I said, if you guys if this is a hill you will die on, I'll acquiesce and I'll let him sit here and S. I'm not going to like it.
So now hold on. Let's kind of put him in A for now. Just kind of like
Okay.
a soft A. Okay.
Yeah.
Soft
we'll
A.
come back.
And let's
back
take
to
a look at our next Boo.
Okay.
And then
We've
from
got
there
Fat
we can
Boo.
decide.
Now,
Fat Boo, Innocent Boo, Mr.
Yeah.
Boo.
Well, when he's Innocent Boo, he's not a
Not
bad
Mr.
guy
Boo.
anymore.
Yeah.
So where
He's
are
not-
you?
I like him. He's enjoyable, but he's not a good villain because he's not evil. He just kind of
Well-
does it because he's told to.
Well, that still makes you evil if you do bad things.
I would say
He saved a puppy. He healed a blind child. He did blow
But
up a couple towns.
You're saying a
but
mass murderer, even though he thinks he doesn't know what he's doing and he's doing right by him. He's not evil, not a villain. Still a villain, dog.
so. I think if by that argument, Randy, I think we should put him in B because that's how the kind of the argument with 17 and 18 from the future.
That's true. Well, I had said that about. Well, yeah. The
And
computer told them to.
And well, I mean, 16
But he
really
crushes
elevates
Babadi's
this
head.
other's name.
He crushes Babadi's neck with his bare hands.
True.
I think I'm okay with Super Boo in A if we put Fat Boo in B.
But check out his drip, though. The gloves.
That's true, but he just stole those from the Daikai Ocean.
Last time we put a guy with gloves in a tier, he's S rank Vegeta. So I'm just saying,
You're just looking for the
common
patterns
denominations.
I'm okay putting Fat Boo in B. I'm okay
All right.
with that.
Put him in B. Put him in B.
Okay.
So what we're saying here, really, the We Got a Podcast statement is that Super Boo is the best one.
of the three Boos, yes.
And we're all in
because
agreement?
We've got three forms to choose from:
Okay.
Gotenks absorbed, Piccolo absorbed, and Gohan
It's
absorbed.
true.
Okay.
We've got a couple of different variations there. All right. So next up,
S tier.
Ginyus.
Moving on.
I think these go up in S+.
S plus plus.
Plus.
I mean, you're talking
Right up.
about
They've got it all.
They've got such a richness to them. No, move them ahead. They're not. Piccolo Jr. is not S plus. We've got 3 S pluses. Okay,
Hey, there you go. There you
all right.
go.
Yeah, thank you. So our 3 S pluses are Frieza, Saiyan Arc Vegeta, although it really would extend to certain elements of Vegeta throughout the series, and then Ginyu Force, I think.
Yeah. They
I'm
got
not against
charisma.
that.
They got the sass. They got the
Insert
ass.
song, slut alert. They've got an insert song in Kai. So
You know, I, for the first time possibly ever, listened to that song in full like a month ago.
oh,
And listening to it and then realizing that it's them singing the song.
Yes.
And they're like talking about their attacks and stuff.
That's so
Oh,
great.
like, can we make a S plus plus?
sorry, Frieza. You're on. Okay, at least Vegeta. Frieza stays where he is.
They're the kind of villains that are also just around long enough at a good amount of time. They don't overstay their welcome. They serve their purpose, and damn, do they do it.
The spectrum. We've got them being goofy. We've got them being, horribly terrifying.
Yep.
Like,
And sometimes together, like the same, like scary and goofy at the same time. It's wild.
Doug, I think you put it perfectly that these guys go out on a high note. They leave you wanting more.
Yes. Yep.
all right, 7-3.
What? Did you just say numbers now? What the hell is this? Is this AF?
So this one,
is super.
this one I'm torn on. I really don't think he has any business being above D.
No.
But I do want a figure of him. So
It's so boring. He's just a bald dude. B.
Is that a cape?
No, it's an orange prison outfit.
yeah. So Doug, this guy's thing is that he can steal anyone's like move set by touching them.
Oh, and he chooses jail sentence time.
Yeah.
Well, he's a criminal. So
Space criminal.
He is an important character. Like I think he's more important than Super 17. But I and really my only argument for him being in C is that I want a figure of him. So,
I mean,
No, I'll allow that.
okay.
I'm going to put him below Super 17 just because
Okay.
his look is not as cool.
I'd say he's the bottom of C. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
He's the bottom of C, you say.
Yeah,
that's good.
Interesting.
All right, here we go. Granola.
No, this is Moro. So I know Ken wants to put him up
Yeah.
top, I assume.
regular S.
Problem is, he's super cool at the start, and then he's no longer a goat. So not as cool.
But his
Randy
final
using hip terminology.
No, literally, he's a goat man.
well, technically he's a ram, but
whatever.
I think his final design grew on me, honestly. I still prefer his goat design, but I really do love his final one.
His final design as as a planet.
I think to me, he stands out as the best that any of Super had to offer in terms of arcs
Goku Black.
and in terms of villains. And so I think, Goku Black is also up there, but for me, yeah, he's S in my heart, always and forever. He's not S plus or S plus plus like the Ginyu Force, but he's up. He's S for me.
I don't think I could put him above Cell, though. Like, that's the thing. Cell's so
That's
interesting
true.
of
That's
a villain. And when we look at where we put him, we kind of have to put it all into this context.
Okay.
I would
He
say
does look
A.
cool.
I agree.
He's got magic, which is really rad. But yeah, I just don't think I could put him above.
Okay, can you move him right next to Cell? All right,
can do
perfect.
that
I'll
for
take
you.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, this wasn't in any order, but it's slowly becoming in
Arbitrary
order.
orders. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Next, we've got Goku's brother, Raditz.
man.
I was saying A.
Yeah, I'd say A as well.
Yeah, he's around for just as long as you need him to do. It's no wasted time. He doesn't stick around and outlast his welcome.
And he leaves you wanting
He
more.
introduces, he leaves only more. He introduces a whole new slew of storyline.
We know he's got leg hair that can be singed, so
To me, when I think of Raditz,
He's always helping people find their arms. You can't miss it on
True.
screen.
the only time I ever wrote into the show was when you guys did the characters who got the short end of the stick. And I wrote in and said Raditz. And I still feel that way because he's not in the games. He's the character
Yeah.
you want to see more of. And don't get him out away from Moro. All right. He's
Randy thought you said you wanted more row of him.
No,
so
I want.
Yes.
I just plain more. Just plain more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good with that. I like A.
And that's concentrated because he's only in like 6 chapters.
Yeah,
And so
very minimal.
yeah, he makes an impact.
So the next set, it's just all 7 of these evil dragons.
Oof.
Oh no!
So you gotta decide, an
That's
average
tough.
of all 7.
Combining, yeah, because some of them are different levels, but not by
Well, there they are.
much.
You got the mole dude. You got
Oh, S tier mole dude, yeah.
the
how can I
poison
forget?
frog, man.
That breaks the average, is what I'm saying.
I would say C, but move him above Gas.
Okay.
C.
I'm not going to argue that. We just got through a whole bunch of GT stuff. I don't really want to relive and relitigate all that.
Having PTSD, yeah.
Yeah. So let's jump into a real good one. Tao Pai Pai. So
Pie.
Hmm.
I would say either A or B for me.
For me, I'd say A. I don't think he has any business being in the same tier as Murasaki and Blue. I think
yeah,
to
I
me,
agree.
I'm on the record, and Randy, I think you're on this same record of saying that like he is the best that arc has to offer. He is like the turning point of the entire series when all of a sudden there's stakes involved.
Right?
I'd say A. He's no
Yeah,
Dr.
A's
Gero,
fine.
but I would say, A.
I just don't understand
I can't
your
believe you guys
fascination
let me
with
do
Gero.
that.
I don't. His SH figure arts is cool. He can take his helmet off and he has a brain under there. But I
It's
can't.
true.
Yeah.
All right. Hit.
This guy is
Dragon
so
Ball
hard to
Super.
find SH figure arts for a good price, so he's D for me. Get the hell out of get him out of my sight.
I'd say a solid B.
B.
Okay.
Yeah.
B.
Yeah. Well,
Is
first
this
of all,
because he's bald?
he is bald, indeed. I like him. He's cool. He's got a cool ability. Time skip.
He does. His hands are always in his pocket. Nothing says cooler than that.
Yeah.
Except when Randy
True.
pops his collar. Nothing is cooler than that.
Yeah.
It's pop.
Oh, man. It's popped.
Damn.
Popping my collar. Wow.
Moms, watch out. What do you think, Randy?
Think he's cooler than Dabra?
No.
Yeah.
The duality of man.
I'd put him in C.
Absolutely cool.
I think B is a little too far.
Oh, I did.
And
B
argue
is a little
for
too
B.
high.
Okay. Because I
better
don't.
than
I'll give it a
Reddick.
C.
Yeah, I'd say C because I did say I don't think he's cooler than Dabra, so
He's a final
Did
form
I?
cooler wannabe.
I'll
All
let
right,
it. Yeah,
next.
allow it.
Next, we got Black and Zamasu. They're the same guy.
My gut
So-
says S, but my heart tells me A.
I cannot in good conscience put them above Moro. I
They
love
didn't,
them.
They didn't stick the landing and anything really. They were very iconic, but man, I don't know.
It's
Do I need to play sound effects or sounds of Masako Nozawa's Black? Will that help affect anything?
man.
Look at Look at that beautiful pink hair.
Doug is showing off the ultra rare first run Goku Black figure in which Amazon canceled a bunch of pre-orders, and so it became instantly rare figure. But Doug and I got it, so I can't put them above Moro, Randy. I know Doug has no horse in this race, but
That's true. Oh yeah, we do have when they do fuse and they become
the
know.
the Hulk. What was the Incredible Crunk from the Powerpuff Girls?
right.
Dexter's
yeah,
Lab, I think.
Right. One of those.
Yeah, I can't put him above Moro.
I have to put him above Dodoria and Zarba.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Right up next to
That's
Moro.
fine. I won't fight you on that.
Okay.
I think
All right.
Moro's the best that Super has to offer. Zamasu is the best that the anime has to offer.
That's true. Okay. Baby. What are we doing with Baby
Okay.
from GT.
Actually- Huh.
Where I'm interested.
Does-
I know where I want to put him, but where do you guys want to put him?
Baby does some
I kind of want
same deal. He doesn't like stick the landing very well in any aspect. There's so much potential that doesn't like story wise, just as a character that doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna say B for Baby.
I
Go ahead.
I'd say A. I mean,
Dang.
just, he succeeds in taking over the earth.
Again, I think you guys are just looking at GT through like tiny lenses that we have GT and what sticks out, Baby and Rilled. And you're like, those are my guys. And
I'm not putting them on the same level as Rilled. I'd put him higher than that.
I would actually put him S.
No.
But
I can't.
then we got to put him A for the average.
Oh,
Put him A.
my God. S.
Yeah, I would
Get
put him
outta
as,
here.
I think he is such a good villain that he could belong in the original series.
If we're putting him in S, we're putting him before Jiro.
No, we're not
No.
putting him
How do you
in
feel
S.
about that?
No, I
How
don't.
about no? That's the only caveat.
A is fine,
Can we-
and I'm okay with the bottom of A.
Doug, are you okay with this? All right.
Yeah.
I think we got to extend this just a hair.
Just a smidge.
Oh, no, we're running it out. Okay,
Oh, there we go.
whatever.
Perfect.
Granola. Not really a bad guy.
That's
But-
granola.
Man, I'd say C, but put him above 7.3 at least.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Done.
All right. Get at us in the chat if you dislike that we put granola there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you have problems with us, let us know below. Unless your problem is with Dr. Garo being S tier, in which you can. There's the door.
Turn off the podcast and don't turn it back on. Super Broly. So
I like Super Broly.
he's a complicated character.
I can't put him
don't-
above B.
No.
For like the same kind of reasons that we've got Fat Boo in there and Future 17 and 18.
Yeah, I think if this wasn't a villain tier list, if this was a character tier list,
I would put
he's
it higher.
great.
But as a
Yeah.
villain,
Yeah. Which this
And-
kind of probably
I
just
don't know.
delved into. We didn't really mean it to be like a villain, only like how bad are they?
Now,
We
okay.
probably should have started off saying how good of a character they are, but whatever.
Now let's say that it's not just Broly, but let's say Broly and Paragus. Where do we
Okay.
put? Let's say that it's those two. Do we go higher?
see, I would go C for Broly alone,
Oh.
but Paragus maybe a high C. I would put him above Dabra. Not
Ooh,
that
delicious
Dabra was there, other than he was first.
What are you thinking, Doug?
Yeah, but he's just such a charming character, though, that I think I would put him above and put him on a B.
Okay. Let's put him above Rilled. Okay.
Okay.
And move Boo
What is-
above Rilled, please.
Rilled, yeah. You know what?
got it.
Scratch that, Randy. Can you put Rilled in front of all of them? Rilled for,
Yeah,
for
all right.
2024?
Rilled.
Sorry,
There you go. No, do it. Do it, coward.
S plus
No.
plus plus.
B plus plus plus. All right.
Put in the
Jiren.
comments if you agree Rilled is the best.
Jiren.
Oh my
Pride
God! Is
Trooper
there
himself.
a double D that we can put him on?
I put him at the bottom of D. I don't like this guy. He does nothing.
Yeah.
Got no presence.
Just
other than
just
he's big.
nothing. Did
Now,
nothing for me.
I do have a Jiren figure,
I believe it.
but
yeah.
I don't have both of them, and I don't want the battle damaged one.
I got
So
both.
by that standard, he's D to me.
He does bring out great moments from our other characters, but that doesn't mean anything. Like the Frieza Goku part alone team up just is the best thing of Super. One of the best things.
That whole tournament just it left such a sour taste on my mouth. that
Yeah.
I can't think of Jiren and be like, oh boy, and he's
Yep.
above Coffee.
Oh, I can't
Vegeta.
wait
I don't know
till
about
Goku
that.
has to fight him. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Saganbo.
What? Sagandi's nuts, dude.
D.
What is this character?
He's
But,
another
you know-
henchman of Moro's.
Just to be spicy, put him above Jiren.
He looks more swole than Jiren, so yeah.
That's yeah. And then of course, finally we end
Oh, baby.
on the big bunny himself,
Yes.
Boss Rabbit, Carrotizer Rabbit,
Above Frieza. Triple S.
right up
Triple
here
S
with
tier.
Garo.
He's still on the moon, making us some bunny treats.
I'd say he's a solid B.
B for bunny, you diabolical bitch.
I don't know.
He can touch you and turn you into a carrot, but he can touch you and turn you into a carrot. He would wipe the floor with all these villains. If it was a battle royale, Boss Driver comes out on top every time, and you can't tell me otherwise.
He does kind of run a mafia, so
maybe him and Boo can like do a chocolate and carrot war, or hell, friendship. They combine, make a new Reese's cup variation with carrot and chocolate.
Oh,
just saying,
chocolate. I'll put him in B, but above Rilled.
Okay.
Poor Rilled.
Sorry, buddy. You're still in B. We didn't kick you out. Okay. We kind of have all of this. Do we want to...
Wow. Do some last-minute organizations? Yeah, let's...
Do we want to just actually rank these in their orders now, or do we not want to touch that?
I think we've kind of been doing it as we go. I feel confident with this group.
I'm good with this list, yeah.
All right, so let's read it off here. So in let's just say S times 1,000 million infinite, we've got Frieza, the Ginyu Force, and Cyanarch Vegeta. Okay. S tier, Piccolo Jr., Piccolo Sr., Dr. Gero.
Damn, not even King Piccolo.
Somehow 19 didn't bring Gero down.
19's,
no,
19's hanging on.
He's just an accessory.
Yeah. A, Pilaf, the android trio, Beerus, Cell, Moro, Zamasu, and Goku Black. But spoilers, they're the same. Zarbon and Dodoria.
What?
Raditz, Super Boo, Tao Pai Pai, Baby. B tier, we have Tenshinhan and Chiaotzu, Nappa, Murasaki, Future 17 and 18, General Blue, Chibi Boo, King Cold, Broly from Super, Fat Boo, Boss Rabbit, Rilled. Why did we put Rilled in there? I don't know. Oh, he's bald. That's right.
He's so high.
You said it was because you could see somebody out there, a GT fan, who could justify it, so we should have him be up higher. But that's fine. Go to the C.
C tier, we have Dabra, Red and Black, all of the evil dragons as one. And honestly, I can't tell what they are from the graphic.
Yeah, what's that picture?
It looks like a rabbit skull or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas, Super 17, Granola, 7-3, and Hit. And then in D, we have Copy Vegeta, Cell Max, Elec, Credit, Redic, can't even remember his name, Saganbo, and
Credit
Jiren.
Card.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the fun, but yeah.
That's the fun.
Yeah, good old Jared.
So,
good old Jared. Is that what you said? Let's get Jared from Subway in here. Let's put him above Jared.
No.
Oh well, yeah. We're canceling Jiren tonight.
Oh God! All right, I like that. I like where that is, and let's stick with it. Let's get this tattooed on our bodies.
This definitive. Yep, this is it. When everyone asks what our tier list is, what was Randy and I's original? Was it similar to what we have on here? What was my 5 and his 5?
Doug, your 5 was Pilaf, Boss Rabbit, Tolis, who's not in here, Ninja, Murasaki, and Tenshinhan. So B and up.
All right, B and above. All right.
Randy, you've got Beerus, Cyanarch Vegeta, Future 17, Goku Black, Frieza, voiced by Linda Clark, of course.
Of course. Good old Linda Clark.
All right.
Can we change the Wikipedia in the wiki?
Again, you know where to get at us. We Got a Pod on socials. We Got a Pod at gmail.com. If you want to scream at us and just destroy us.
No, they agree with our list 100%. They have no issues with anything we did.
That's true. But otherwise, we do want to hear what you guys have to say, and we will after this break. So stick around. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. And now we get to listen to what you guys had to say about villains and stuff for Dragon Ball. As always, Ken is being cool, putting up tweets. This time he asked, who do you love to hate, and who do you just plain hate for villains in Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I didn't want to ask people for their own tier lists, or we'd be here all night. So
this one is already long, so yeah, that'd be bad. First up, Jacob Sawyer says, Piccolo Daimao is my favorite villain, and I love how intense Dragon Ball gets during his arc. My least favorite is probably Cell. Though I love the arc, I just feel his own development is somewhat empty. Not sure I love to hate him, though. Whoa. That actually might be Garlic Jr.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about Perfect Cell being... I don't know. He has so many different, like, these three forms I feel are so distinct from each other that it's like kind of forced character development. Or is it like forced breaking? I don't know. His main goal is always constant, but it's just different mannerisms of way of doing it.
We did literally forget about Garlic Jr.
We skipped over Garlic Jr. Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's filler in our hearts.
If he was in our tier list, B. Where you put him?
I'm fine with B.
Yeah.
He's bald.
Okay with B.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Jacob follows up here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that we had a follow-up. It says, upon reflection, I think what I meant to say is Jiren, except that I forgot about him. Yeah, I mean, he was the last one we tackled too. So.
I'm just realizing
we're in agreements.
I'm just realizing I'm like basically dressed as Jiren right now.
Oh my God, you are!
Yeah.
Oh God! For those wondering on the audio podcast, he lit it. Just imagine what Jiren looks like, and that's Ken.
That's me. Parker Rico writes in and says, Dragon Ball has a lot of good villains, so it was really hard to decide my favorite and least favorite. If I were to choose one favorite, I'd have to go with Frieza. And the only villain that I don't like is Android 13. Not even the dub could save that guy.
He had some kind of charm with him being, Red Ribbon Redneck. I think I'm mad at 13 though, because as a kid, I'm like, I saw AMVs of Broly, and I thought 13 was Broly. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy this movie that has Broly in it. It's just the buff android, but I mean, he did come first, but
I know we didn't cover.
I didn't know any better.
We didn't cover movie villains, but real quick, who's your favorite movie villain?
Tullus, probably.
And Doug? Keep in mind, you said Tullus last time.
He wasn't your top 5.
Who's my least favorite?
No, who's your most favorite?
No, your favorite.
Oh, most favorite.
Villain.
I don't know. Let's do Tablo, Super Saiyan 5.
Okay. For me, it would be Kula. But
Of course. Shocker.
Yeah.
Cage says, Cell is definitely my favorite villain, but I'd rather talk about my second choice, Tao Pai Pai. He's not around for very long, but he has such a fun and kind of scary presence when he's on screen. Love all of his weird gimmicks, too. Amazing villain. Least favorite is OG Broly. LOL. Yeah, I mean, he's a big angry dude.
Yeah.
End of list. He's Jiren, but, you know.
Whoa, no. I think he's a few steps above Jiren. I mean, he's like a total sadist. You know, that's his character.
That's true.
Is that he's like been held back his whole life, but he really just wants to mess people up big time.
Yeah.
I do love Tao Pai Pai's like menacing presence, though. It is very much so like he's unapologetically killing people, and he's good at it. Whereas everyone else is kind of like feel like a fumbly villain before that point of killing.
He also goes and gets a new outfit in the middle of everything.
Oh, that's true. He kills the tailor. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I love he hands him that little picture of how he wants it to look. And it's so cute.
Yeah, that's great.
Lum Ranma Yasha writes in and says, I've always loved Fat Boo. He's a child motivated by what amuses him most and whose temper tantrums have deadly consequences. His sense of right and wrong was shaped by those who used him, and he changes through Mr. Satan's friendship, caring about someone else for the first time. And that's something to note here, is that if we take Boo as a character...
Right, that's what I wanted to stress before.
Pretty high up there.
Pretty fantastic. I mean, like, it's too real, too, how just people around you who you're, like, raised by shape who you are and what your morals are.
Yeah.
True.
You may not be evil inside, but the people around you are guiding you the wrong way sometimes.
They follow up and say, hot take, I think Cell loses all motivation and is pretty much less interesting in his perfect form. And so much of his personality and memorability comes from his actors' performances in the anime. And most movie villains aren't great, but Bojack's easily the most nothing of the bunch.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He kills Zangief, though.
Right.
Even Bojack's henchman, Gokua, is a lot more interesting just because he fights Trunks.
It's the stupidest thing is that his name was Gokua, and then the dub is like, no, that's too confusing. We'll change him to Guko.
As if that's more confusing. Less confusing.
Wow.
Oh my god, if it's just in chat in a wig.
Whoa.
Cosplay
All
idea.
right. Next up, we got Tomes. Frieza is the be-all, end-all. He's just the best. I mean, Randy and I talked for like 3 hours about how great he is. It's true, we did. Go check out Tomes of Evil podcast and listen to that one and other ones. You know, it's a good time. I'm also a big fan of King Piccolo, and my favorite minor villain is Dabra. Least favorite? Probably Dr. Wheelo. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry we didn't talk about movie villains. We already had over 40 characters. We didn't want to do another 18 or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, and then just like the movie villains, most of them just aren't compelling, and we would probably have put a lot of them in C or D.
A whole second podcast of just movie villains, if you guys want.
There we go. There's ideas.
Let's see how far Middle Cooler gets up. That'll be a whole half-hour discussion.
Genryusai Rider writes in and says, my favorite manga villain is General Blue. He's kind of the perfect use of guy who's competent but has no clue what he's in for. Never liked how the anime handled his character, though. Yeah, least favorite is Anime Jiren for being such a boring or a snore fest of a character. And yeah.
That's almost not fair because Jiren is just the obvious answer.
That's true. But good call on Blue. Blue is enjoyable, and not the anime so much. We kind of dropped the ball there. Next up, we got Colton, Sniper King, who sent in a very nice email, who says, I know a lot of people are probably going to say Frieza is their favorite villain, and rightfully so. Good man, Colton. He's an easy choice, so instead I'll throw my hat in the ring for Tao Pai Pai, a character who I feel leaves quite an impression on readers despite how little he's in the story in the grand scheme of things. From him breaking and riding pillars through the air as transportation to killing people using only his tongue, he's the right amount of both quirky and threatening. On the other side of the coin, not sure if he's my least favorite villain per se, but sometimes I can't help but think that Cell isn't a very interesting character. Don't get me wrong.
Wow.
I enjoy his many varying designs and the distinct performances that many actors, not just Wakamoto, have used to bring him to life and leave an impression on viewers, but he is also just a mix of a lot of different characters. Even considering that that is by design, I still think the character himself is just fine, more of a force of nature, if anything, which I guess is fine in its own way. Would love to hear your guys' 2 cents on this. Love the podcast. Keep up the great work. Colton.
That's one thing. One thing to think about with Tao Pai Pai is, for us, because we started at Raditz, we have such a warped understanding of the tone of the series. Imagine being in Japan, reading it as it was coming out, and you've been on a mystical adventure for like 100 some odd chapters, and then Tao Pai Pai shows up, kills General Blue, and then kills Bora, and all of a sudden, like, everything's different.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something up to him because there's so many figures of Tao Pai Pai alone. Just like I have everything back here, and a lot of it is Tao Pai Pai. It makes you think like he really had an effect on everyone. There's Ken showing off his SH figure arts.
Yeah, he's riding his thing.
I got him back there somewhere too in his
pillar.
Yeah, he's even. I think that's how badass it was just him like taking a pillar, throwing it, and riding it. That alone is so iconic that everyone can't forget him.
And especially if you think about the physics involved in throwing that. And then having to jump at the same speed to catch up to it.
Yep.
Come on.
You just have to believe that he is that crazy.
Yeah. Pika Fan 3 writes in and says, favorite, Z-era Frieza. The connection he has to Bardock, even if it's one-sided, Vegeta and the King, Z version, really shows a level of power beyond strength that no other antagonist has been able to achieve so far. Frieza felt like the mastermind behind even the OG series because of retroactively being responsible for the death of Goku's father and his race. Dislike, Super Android 17. This android has no connection to anyone that's not a main character. Has little gravitas, such as being the cause of a character's tragedies or feeling like a genuine threat. He feels like a walking power level whose actions are whatever his convenient for the plot to continue / end.
Yep, after rewatching GT, it really made you like just his design alone carries it so much that when I rewatch those episodes, it's like, oh, hey, this character sucks as a villain. It sucks.
But that figure arts is going to be sick.
It's going to be so good. Again, because just character design.
Right. Naranova says, favorite, Cell. Least favorite, Cell Max. Just the idea of a villain that also came from a future timeline and was bioengineered to be the perfect villain for the main cast is perfect. Plus, his introduction was terrifying. Cell Max, meanwhile, is a big nothing burger. Emphasis on big. That's true.
I really
that is
like
my defense
kaiju.
For the perfect Cell debates going on with all these people is so great.
Yeah, that's been the most fascinating thing to me is where we landed on Cell in our own arguments, and then like we're bouncing like way back and forth on Cell here through these comments. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
GGF, who of course is at full name TBD, writes in and says, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Frieza and Cell, deservedly so I'll go with a much more niche pick. I really like Zamasu/Goku Black. On paper, you'd think he'd be dour and all business. To me, at least, he's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
His hatred of mortals is seemingly only matched by his love for himself, literally, and his speeches are so impassioned, he literally starts crying fighting Vegito. Add a great performance in the sub and dub, and you've got a really charismatic and memorable villain. As for worst, gotta be Jiren. Don't really think I need to elaborate on this one.
Nope, not at all.
I'm really hoping that going through this, we get somebody that is just hardcore in the paint for Jiren, and I would love to read.
God, you just don't understand the pain Jiren had to go through and how he kept it within himself. His planet, his whole universe is depending on him. It's up to him. And
there's a subconscious meaning behind me wearing this shirt today.
It must have been.
Tom, you've seen the Bee says favorite. Vegeta, Saiyan, and early Namek arc, confident, intelligent, and conniving. Least favorite, perfect Cell. Looks cool, but ultimately has a boring characterization. He was more interesting when he was desperate to achieve his perfect form.
I thought we were going to have the most hot takes, but it seems like everyone's hot taking with each other. There is no cold take on Cell.
Apparently not. Yeah.
Everybody has something to say.
Everywhere. But he's so cocky, and he's so good at being cocky that he's just so charismatic.
And
I wouldn't say as
temper
charismatic.
tantrums.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I guess not as charismatic as like Goku Black was. No. Like that from the previous comment, that's what they were talking about, is how he's more than just a straightforward evil person. I mean, they are, but they sit down and have tea and everything. But yeah, Cell, I just love his cockiness because he's just good at it.
Gary at Silent Vorta writes in and says, not only my fave, but I love General Blue more than anything, whether in manga, anime, or the movies. He's a brilliant, intelligent, talented, beautiful, strong, funny, and loyal mastermind. He risked his life several times to get the Dragon Balls for Commander Red. Blue is a man of action, a tactician, and never gives up until he reaches his goal. Sadly, he got the worst and most unfair ending ever. In my opinion, he deserves so much better. The Red Ribbon Army owes him a lot.
Now, listen. There is so much I would do that if I had to go out, being killed by Tao Pai Pai, top of the list. Like, what do I got to do to make that happen? This guy didn't get a bad ending. It was honorable.
You're either killed by Tao Pai Pai or you live long enough to have a weird anime version of yourself.
Holt.
Guess the movie.
Holt at Holt Manderson says, Turles doesn't get enough love. He was the OG evil Goku, and his armor was clean. I also love the design of Bojack, Super 13, and Meta Cooler.
There you go. The movie takes.
Movie takes, which I like.
Meta Cooler is great.
We're not talking about Cell, which is exciting.
Tullus. Like I said in my original episode 4 of We Got a Pie, like I remember clearly as day, Tullus is great. Was what Goku could have been in an alternate universe had he stayed evil.
And these are all Toriyama designs, right? I don't know about Metal Kula, but
I don't know.
I know original Kula was. But Bojack and Super 13 definitely were. I don't know about Tullus, though. Packet, at Proto Packet, writes in, says, top 1, Frieza. Bottom 1, Jiren.
There it is.
In a series that builds a lot of its stakes on dialogue mid-fight, having the most interesting things to say, or nothing interesting to say at all, Jiren, will be a huge factor in my enjoyment of your villainy. Stay winning, my land shark king. And then someone named Brokesh wrote in response to this and said, based take.
Yeah.
Now,
the exact
it is interesting.
Sitting around a table, just like genius. Like, we don't have to make this character talk at all, and he's gonna be the best villain ever. Idiot.
Very, very funny. This last one we read, their number 1 is Frieza, their bottom is Jiren, and our entire list, that's exactly where they ended up.
Yeah.
So, good job, Packet. You're one of us.
Based
indeed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And thank you again to everyone for writing in. You know, I put this tweet out today, and I'm like, probably won't get that many replies. And then I'm like, uh-oh.
It's always astounding.
Yeah.
It's always astounding. I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
So good. Well, guys, I just wanted to bring up Spotify again. We got stuff on there every episode.
You and Spotify, Randy.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm trying to get
Keep
money.
reading.
Doug, we have a show on Spotify if you didn't know.
I wanted to highlight last episode's thing where we talked about Young Gigi's AF Part 2.
What a trip that was.
Yeah, I had asked the question, how would you have improved this arc of Gigi's AF? And we have Saban who says, dog ate my Gigi manga. I couldn't read it. Sorry, Teach.
Dang.
So good on you, Saban, for, letting us know. I appreciate that.
Hope your dog's okay.
Yeah.
Just a copy of Toriyama art.
And then our poll was, after being denied in GT, how are you feeling about adult Gotenks? And our winner is the response, finally. So there we go with that. Second place is doesn't add much. And last, there was somebody who says that I'm not a Gotenks person. And again, you know where the door is. So
I would have chosen finally too.
yeah. It's good stuff. Okay. Guys, did you remember that we have trivia?
We were so close.
I was looking right at Doug for his
I peeked over at your outline and I saw you clicked around the area where it's like, wrapping up. I must have missed the trivia.
You missed the trivia. So Zenpai reached out to me and said, oh no, I forgot to do trivia and now it's too late. And I said, no, man, you got 28 minutes before we start recording.
How much are we paying him?
Not enough, because it was past midnight his time. So Zenpai, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the work that you do.
Oh my gosh.
And even though Doug is upset every time we get to this part, we all thank you. So we've got 3 questions. You guys ready for some trivia to see who is the real fan?
Always.
All right. Question 1. Which is the first chapter of the manga not to feature Goku or any of the heroes at all? You don't have to tell me a number. He does have it here.
Well, then I would guess, assuming Vegeta doesn't count as a hero,
Yeah. I was
at
thinking
that
the
point it
same.
would be him on Namek.
Nope.
Or maybe is it sooner than that? Dang.
It's
Would it be like a
sooner than
Pilaf
that.
chapter?
No.
No.
Does Tao Pai Pai get like a solo chapter?
No.
Is it
These are all good guesses.
a Raleigh?
No.
No. All right, guys. I'm going to let you know. It's chapter 195, which features only the villainous Raditz and Piccolo and a farmer with a shotgun.
Really?
So,
I guess, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, it kicks
Yeah.
off like that.
right.
Interesting.
Question 2. Which Dragon Ball video game has the highest rating on Metacritic?
Budokai 3.
I would probably say actually like Xenoverse.
No. It is Fighters.
Oh.
With
Oh.
Metacritic of 87.
That's the obvious answer. We
I
were
didn't
going
wanna-
for deeper cuts than that.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say
Excuses.
Frieza, but everyone's going to say Frieza.
Yeah. I was gonna
Dragon
say
Ball Z Frieza.
Frieza. Hey, how's the Breakers doing? That's pretty high up there. Right? People love
The
that.
Breakers. Hey, still rolling out content that I will never look at.
And finally, what is the name of Majin Buu's Japanese voice actor?
Oh, no.
No.
I was gonna say Doug is gonna bust out one. He's gonna finally remember a Japanese name for the first time in his life.
Daisuke Gor is Gor. That's Mr. Satan, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's incorrect. It's Kozo Shioya. So sorry,
Wow.
but
How could Senpai do this to me?
well, he does
Week
it
after week
on-
after week.
Yeah, he continues to do it. It's his superpower. So again, thanks Zenpai for putting that together, and thank you, person with the earbuds in your ear. That's right, I'm talking to you. Thank you for listening. We love interacting with you and keeping you in the conversation, talking about our favorite franchise in the world. And you can post at us on socials at We Got a Pod, and you can email us at wegotapod@gmail.com.
Thank you to Rifti Beach for letting us use this track, Kakarot theme hip hop trap remix. You can find that and other great music by Rifti. You know what track that was? That was the Kakarot theme hip hop trap remix on his SoundCloud. You can, Ken, where can the good people find?
Doug, I saw you trying to read it without looking.
I'm trying to nowadays.
You find me
But
at
then
Detective X.
I thought I'm like, just like, oh, where do I look now if I'm not going to look at it? Might as well look at it. Randy, what about you?
You can find me at Saber_Breaker. Doug, what about you?
Jabaz Doug.
Nice.
Thanks as always for listening. Make sure you subscribe, tickle bells. If you're telling people on playgrounds, I guess you might as well tell them. Check us out. And as always, we'll catch you matinator.
Bye.